Hey, how are you? Welcome to the Foreshore. Oh my gosh, what an amazing week. So this is the week of low tides. It's the spring tides, and so we've had a week of really good low tides. Not super low, but low enough for some amazing treasures to emerge. And I think I have found the find of a lifetime, and I can't wait for you to see it. Now I'm sure I've got many years ahead of me, and I'm hoping I'll top it, but it's quite incredible. And it was just lying there waiting for us, and I think 5 minutes later we'd lost it. Anyway, so this week I've been out on the foreshore with my good friend Carrie Ann. We did 3 days of low tides. Oh, fantastic. And we met some most amazing people that I've never met before. Some Mudlarks there. Ronnie, as old as the foreshore himself, used to be a Stevedore. Great name. I didn't know what a Stevedore was. Somebody who worked on the ships, loading and unloading. Fantastic. And Alan. Gosh, Alan. The experience and understanding of the foreshore. Brilliant. And bumped into the Mud God. Had an impromptu masterclass from the Mud God. And it was incredible. And Andy and Sue and Ali, so many. Each with a story to tell. Fascinating. Amazing. And I can't wait for you to see it. Anyway, I hope you enjoy.
You see what I mean? The size of it and the thing. I think it's either a trading token or maybe a James farthing. But I will go home and lightly clean it, and then I will see Stuart White next week, and we will go from there. But you know what I mean? What do you think?
Yeah, it's lovely.
It's good, isn't it?
Beautiful.
I wish I could see it better when I ain't got my glasses on, but
that looks lovely. That looks like a coin rather than than a.
Yeah.
Is it is this a rose farthing?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if it's a James farthing or a rose farthing, one of those. Yeah.
Beautiful. Was that on the surface?
I know, you had to find it.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I don't have a metal detector, and I only just slightly, because the thing is, if you disturb stuff, the mud comes up and it's a really counter-productive. But this one, because I've got my eye in,
good for you.
because it's quite hard to spot, you know, it's down there, just back from there.
Lovely.
So,
lovely.
you two, your names?
I'm Carrie.
Carrie.
And I'm Ken.
Carrie and Ken.
Yeah.
Sounds like a little duo there.
It is. Feels like a little duo, doesn't it? It's almost like a Barbie and Ken, I think.
Well, with that hat on, from the 60s. Oh, right.
Oh, that's funny, isn't it?
And what's your name?
Ronnie.
Ronnie. Lovely to meet you, Ronnie.
You live in South London?
I'm a Bermondsey boy. I worked on the river. I was a Stevedore.
Yeah, so was my granddad.
Yeah, I was a Stevedore.
Yeah.
So.
Everyone used to call him Bloss.
Oh right. There's not many of us now because of I was more or less the last to go and work for a stevedoring company, and after that.
What's a stevedore?
Loading and unloading ships.
Right. Okay.
So, 3 brothers, 2 of us were stevedores. Me dad, the 4 of us were on the docks all at the same time. Me dad and my other brother worked at the PLA on the quay. Me and my other brother were stevedores on the. A lot of people don't know the difference of it.
So
Stevedores.
your second home, literally.
Yeah, and I was born here, so yeah. This is the thing is, it's not my patch, but it is mine. No, what I'm saying.
My patch is over
Oh
there.
right, so. I've
only got a cabbage patch.
Yeah, we'll dismiss you, mate. No, I'm not being funny. But as I was saying, I need a passport to go over there. And I haven't seen your passport to south of the river.
So come on.
Liven up.
I'm a man of Kent. I shouldn't even be here.
Yeah.
There's something quite wonderful about the Union Jack. I found 2 of these actually around this particular spot. I think they're probably left over from King Charles's coronation, I would think. Wellies. My Andy, what lovely wellies.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Where did you get them? Tell me where you got them
Well,
from.
I went to the Thames Outfitters. They deal in seconds. I needed some wellies because my old ones had split.
So where is the Thames Outfitters? When you say that, are you talking about the Thames
It's East
Foreshore?
London, mate. East London. And I hopped in there and went into the shop, and then at the back of the shop there's some ladders which go down onto the foreshore. Amazing place. All that you want is there. And I found my wellies.
Show me in the screen.
These are my wellies.
Those.
And here are my wellies. They were...
I think, Andy, you've just won Mudlark of the Year.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah. So there we go. If you want wellies, just go down to the foreshore. Normally there are singles, but...
but that's rare though, you're right, because the fact there was two, you never see that. There's always a single, so...
And almost, these are size 11, 10 and a half.
So there's two together, what does that imply?
I imagine someone got stuck, seriously stuck, and they had to crawl out.
Right. And have you been in that situation?
Once.
And you know that that goes through your mind, but it's quite a big decision where you decide to abandon ship and leave half your clothes on the foreshore.
Yeah. Normally I wear waders, and they're at, thigh high, and you can get out with waders. So either buy waders or carry a pole. I always carry a pole, or have a stick, or have a friend. Yeah, I just wonder, was the water actually lapping? Were they that desperate to lose their wellies? The water was lapping because the mud was soft for quite a few feet further in.
Yeah.
A foot nearer the wall.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Who knows?
It's a story that we can only imagine.
Thank you, Andy.
But yeah.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. That's so funny. So easy to miss this, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like a rock, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, just something washed up because the colour, isn't it? But look.
Oh, Ken, that is a beauty.
Oh.
Good on you, mate. It looks like an African one.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. That was right on the lip of the tide, like.
Oh man, it's interesting, isn't it? Because we're saying, oh, should we go further down and that, and it's just like amazing, isn't it? If we'd kind of left it like the fact we said another 10 minutes, then suddenly we can see it.
It just shows you we're at the time of the lowest tides as well. So
yeah. Oh, beautiful! Look at this.
Oh my God, Ken.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes. Oh. Look at the detail still
I know.
on it.
But feel it.
Oh, just to hold it in my hand.
I know. And it's got weight to it though, hasn't it?
Yeah. Imagine that hanging out your mouth though on a long, like 8-inch pipe or whatever.
Yeah.
It must have been heavy for them.
I'm just thinking, like, why would you go down to the pipe shop and think, oh, which pipe shop? That one.
Yeah.
It's just like, what were you think? Why? It's interesting, isn't it? Because it's very, but then different time, isn't it? I guess.
But look, it does look like an African man. I know you get ones from the Middle East.
But it is because look, you
things
can
like
kind
that.
of see the hair and that.
Yeah.
It's very of a
That
time,
is an
isn't it?
amazing find. Well done,
my
Ken.
gosh. Thank
Well
you, Thames
done.
Foreshore. Thank you, Low Tide. Thank you, Carrie. How amazing. Let's put that back down for a second. Oh, look. And there's one of those... Carrie, what do you call these shells?
I don't know. They used to use them for ballast, didn't they?
Yeah.
Ballast. I can't remember the names of them.
This is such an incredible find. Beautiful and horrendous at the same time. Horrendous, of course, because it highlights that terrible part of our history. I've reported this to the Museum of London and to the Finds Liaison Office, and I have a meeting coming up. The inside of this pipe bowl was glazed, but there was no evidence of charring. I'm assuming, therefore, that this wasn't even used. But what was so incredible also was to find that cowrie shell next to it. Cowrie shells always have been highly valued by many African cultures and have had multiple uses throughout history. Used for jewelry, hair ornaments, decorate garments, religious rituals, and up until the late 19th century they were even used as money. I'm intrigued by the fact that you save old people.
Oh yeah, old people, they get stuck, they venture down here. An old docker I saved, he come down with his new wellies on, his new knee pads, and he ventured out when the tide was coming in, and I had to go out and pull him out of his new wellies and carry him back onto the foreshore where his wife was waiting for him. Not too happy with it.
Can I ask you, do you remember if those green wellies were if those wellies were green.
Yeah.
Right. So do you know that? So Andy Harris there in the background is wearing a pair of green wellies which he found stuck in the mud.
Oh, Andy, you found the wellies.
I'm think
He was quite annoyed about them. He said, because I paid a bit of money for them, you know.
I think they're the same wellies.
Andy does like
Where
to
was this, down here?
It was down here, yeah. Andy does like to recycle everything.
Andy, we just found the owner of your green wellies.
It's not me.
It's not Steve.
No, it's the old docker man who come down here with a new pair of green wellies on and got stuck straight away, and I had to carry him out of the wellies
Where?
and lift him up there.
I know. This was that away.
Oh, is that
Oh,
right? Oh,
okay.
Okay, so someone else then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're a half size too big.
Well, they're nice and fresh. Yeah, it's something you can't
I
leave.
took the liner out and
Yeah.
put new liners in.
I found waders still sticking out of the water that someone's bought. Camo got waders, and I've brought them home, jet washed them, and they're perfect. Yeah, it's a freebie.
You're born and bred here.
Born and bred Bermondsey. Yeah, born and bred Bermondsey.
How long you been mudlarking?
Nearly 40 years now. Yeah,
Wow.
nearly 40 years. I had about 5 years break. We worked different things, and then come back onto it and back onto the old places where I used to go. And it's something I've done most of my life. We used to play on the river. We used to play on all the old boats, climb over the corrugated iron from the dumps, where it was all bombs, because it was still like, it was left for years, many years. So we climb over the gate, get chased by the security guard, come down the rope, the mooring rope, onto the boats, and then down onto the foreshore. Right? The proper foreshore.
Yeah.
When the dockers left in the 70s.
How do you mean proper?
Well, so what you see, all this sort of stuff now, is all being put here to gentrify the area. So the people buying all these apartments and all that don't see the real foreshore, what it was like, the industrial sort of workings, metal. They don't want to see that when they buy an apartment, and they look out, they want to see the river, So yeah, that was good old days. Good old days.
What sort of stuff have you found?
Me, God, where to start? I found 48 cannon carriage cheeks, 18th century, which is the wooden furniture that a cannon sits on in situ. All got recorded. Some went to Royal Armouries, Museum of London, Museum of Docklands, the Mary Rose Trust, cannonballs, kites, coins, you name it.
Why do you mudlark?
To escape the world up there. So I live in two worlds. Down here is the world I prefer, and up there is the world I don't want to be in.
Is this your shed?
So this is an extension of my shed, yes, and this is what keeps me happy, keeps my mental health good, fresh air, exercise. It's addictive.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the only drug you really want to be addicted to is mudlark. And that's the kind of way you've got to look at it, because you just keep coming back. Your mind wanders. What next? What are you going to find next? You just don't know. So that's what does it. And just the peace, community, meeting other people. All talking about the same thing, just waffling on about mudlarking and what we've had and where we're going and what we're doing. So yeah, it's all part of that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Go on.
I was going to say, what do you like about mudlark?
I having metal detected most of my life,
Okay.
and I started off fishing years ago as a kid.
Yep. Same.
This was the next best thing, so dirt fishing.
Yeah.
Just the hours of nothingness, of just looking at the ground, listening, and finding stuff or not, but that didn't really matter.
No.
It was about the joy of that sound, and you never know what. Peace and quiet in here, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's what it's all about. That giving that peace and quiet is number one. Because the world is so fast when we're up there. we're all in this rush to do everything, and when you're down there, you're a totally different person. So this world all day long for me. If I could stay down there when the tide was in, I would. So yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
When I first saw this, I was convinced that this was a musket ball, even actually as far as when I picked it up. But then I quickly realised, actually, it's not. This is a clay marble of sorts. Now, so many different uses for this. Could be, oh gosh, an industrial use, could be, I mean, who knows. But beautiful, and who doesn't love a marble? Sometimes along the foreshore you find pipes, clay pipes, left by other mudlarks, and this is what this one is, has been left by another mudlark found. And really you tend to leave them when you've collected so many pipes and you don't want to collect any more, but it may be of use to somebody else, and somebody else may see even more value and beauty in it than maybe you do in that moment. So this is why it's lying there on top of the rock. But then again, they also lie there washed up on the foreshore. But this was placed there, given as a gift by another mudlark to another mudlark. What's your name? Where are you from?
Oh, you're doing you monster. My name is Susan, and I'm from
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And you're on Insta, aren't you?
I am.
Thames time.
Thames time, Mudlarking 10, that's right. Thank you.
Brilliant. Great. And what was I going to say? How's today?
Today's been lovely because I've been out and about, and also I met you. And, it's just nice being here. It's nice to just be calm and just take time to look and not have lots and lots of people around. You can just escape.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? Although there is about 500 people behind us, all from Guernsey for some reason.
Don't tell them that.
It's amazing. It's like really nice, and then suddenly it's just like, wow, so many people here today.
And they have leaky wellies too, like mine.
But I think it's the super low tide, so you're going to get a...
Yes, but I think you found the find of the day in a pair of high heels.
Oh, you like that?
That's the best find.
So yeah, this is my find of just legs of a plastic figurine with high heels. I've got a real soft spot for Richard because I think he's just a genius.
He's the kindest man, and every time I find the smallest piece of pottery, and even all these years later, I say, Richard, he's probably going to tell me. But
I always think that with Carrie, I always say if we were Richard Henry now, what would we say? And then we try and imagine what it could be.
And then a lot of things I've been doing, because his new series is put it, find it and leave it where it was. Yeah. I've been doing a lot of that today. I've been picking things up and getting excited, and then it wasn't what I thought it was, so I put it back.
I think it's nice. I found further down, actually, just before I bumped into you earlier on, I found what looked like a gold bracelet, and then one of the Uber boats was coming in.
Oh, no.
But I managed to grab it quick, and it was a hairband. But for that moment, it was just a hairband with gold braiding on it. But for that moment,
well, you got a hairband, I got a toupee.
Fantastic.
So it's still lovely though.
Yeah, no, that's all part of it.
Tide's coming in.
Are they closing the Thames barrier?
They closed it today.
What time?
They closed it at 10:15, or around about then, I think.
What time is it now?
Who knows?
10:02.
It's so strange talking to you with a camera in my face.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I never get tired of finding clay pipes. So this one here, lying on the surface, and judging by the colour, this has been out of the mud for some time, and I would imagine it's been travelling the Thames up and down, up and down. And because these are particularly low tides, I think it was just dropped by the tide itself, but beautiful nonetheless. But that different colour gives a giveaway that it's already been out of the mud for some time. It's incredible to think that you can find coins just lying there on the surface. And this is sometimes how you find them, that sometimes you have to find them. But this one here was lying there. And this particular spot here is a spot of erosion, and it's a place where I go to find coins. They're either washed up and dropped at this particular spot, or they're revealed from this particular spot. Now this is a George V halfpenny dated 1924. So why are we looking at this spot, Carrie?
We are looking at this spot. The mud god, Steve Booker, he showed us this spot.
We just had like a masterclass with him, didn't we?
Yeah.
It was it's ridiculous. He draws a diagram, he shows us how the foreshore works, which is just like, right. And then, but what's interesting, and then he says, and then I'll show you.
Yeah.
And then, so then he goes to a spot and he starts digging, and like 30 seconds into it, what does he find?
And then he says, oh look, there's a point, there's a point.
Yeah, it's just like, what? We've been like 5 hours in the rain and we found a pipe stem, and it's just like, here he's just digging up coins.
You know
and
what, he knows how to read the tides and at where he drops stuff, you know, and that he's so intelligent.
Yeah,
He's very, very intelligent. He definitely knows his stuff.
it's amazing, isn't it? So this is the spot, isn't it, when we're looking at all down here, and just here, this is some of the stuff that came out of it, just through reading the foreshore, understanding kind of the surface and then underneath the bed and everything, taking it from there. Just quite wonderful, amazing. I've never found a typeface before, a typeset before. Now this was most peculiar. This could be, well, it's a dated stone of sorts, a stone that marks something. Whether it's a gravestone, I'm not sure. So the date on there is 1730 something, and there's a date preceding it. And I thought that maybe it was a date between two dates, but it's not. It's something August 1730. That's as much as I know. Now this is quite wonderful. I would never have known what this is if it wasn't pointed out to me by the mud god. And so this is a fish trap eroding out of the riverbed, possibly Saxon or medieval, or even up to the 1900s, though this does seem a little older. Now this could also be an eel buck or eel basket, which were widely used in the Thames. Eels were a staple part of the London diet. I remember Tubby Isaacs and his jellied eels up at Aldgate, and of course the famous Manses on Tower Bridge Road. Now these were probably made from wicker, probably conical shaped. These basket fish traps could be up to even 2 meters long, and essentially had a cone within a cone as such to trap the fish. Probably flat bottomed so that it's stable on the riverbed, and for eels it would have been baited with dead fish, and they would have been made from willow, soaked to make them pliable to be able to weave. So there's another clay pipe on the surface, and again notice the colour, very different to that white or that black that you would have when you take them out of the mud. So again, this indicates that this has been already loose from the mud and has probably been travelling up and down the river with the tides and dropped off at this point. And of course, if we hadn't taken it, it would have been taken again and caught and carried up and down. Now that giveaways that orange kind of colour that it has, very similar to the Slave's Head pipe bowl, which was very orange when it came out, also indicates that it's probably been travelling up and down the Thames for some bit, already loosened from the mud. But I never get tired of clay pipes. This is a keeper.
Okay. Okay.
So can you see here?
Oh, I can see it.
So there's like when you do here, you can feel there's like resistance on it.
Yeah.
So I reckon there's a bowl on the end of it.
Oh, please God, there is. I don't know if my signal's right here. Guys, Ken looks like he's got a pipe here, look. Can you see it? Hi Mark, hi Radio, hi Penny. Oh, is it a big headlight?
You ready?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
No! Oh no!
Oh, bless you.
That was so promising. Oh, hang on.
Oh.
Oh, that had resistance and everything. It had all the makings of a good one.
Oh dear. But it's still the excitement, eh?
Such is life. This particular stretch of the foreshore I found fascinating because there was a line of seashells all along this particular stretch and nowhere else. So I'm assuming either these were deposited, they could have been ballast from somewhere, or that there was a natural line where they grew and then were covered up over the years and now they're emerging out of the mud. But it's just fascinating how you get a glimpse of the history coming through the mud in such a way. Now this was most curious, and I picked this up and kept it actually only because of the detail on it. This is a clay tobacco pipe stem, but what's fascinating is the design on it, and there is in fact a maker's mark on the stem. Now I've tried to read it, but to no avail. I cannot work out what the lettering is. But you'll see that they're written on the sides. It's always worth picking them up and just having a quick check. But it's intriguing, that design, almost like a basket of some sort. I'd be curious to understand what the rest of the pipe looked like. As such, to this date, I haven't managed to find anything on my research, but I will keep looking. I find so many knives on the Thames foreshore. Kitchen knives and other knives. Now this one I found particularly interesting only because it reminded me of my childhood. My grandparents used to have knives like these. Originally, of course, these would have been bone handles or even ivory handles. This, though, I don't believe it is. But I was curious, my dad still uses one like this, and he's written on the side, Dad. But it was really only as it was a memory of my childhood. it is at this point my heart skipped a beat, because what I saw was a gold bracelet and over the moon, and it looked like it had diamonds, diamante encrusted gold bracelet, and the tide was coming in. So I went a bit closer, picked it up, and then I realized it's just a cheap hairband. It's so fascinating what the Thames reveals at low tide. Normally you wouldn't see this because it's underwater, but once the tide goes out, it reveals everything that's underneath. Now this is some kind of wheel, and judging by the chain around it, I would think that this is being used as a mooring point. But most bizarre to find, and along this particular stretch actually there's quite a few mooring points, but most bizarre and quite fascinating. And of course of different sorts as well. In the previous video when I was on the on the foreshore with Nicola White, we came across one which was like a cross-shaped, two heavy pieces of wood and a chain. But these are mooring points, but fascinating nonetheless.
It's getting lighter. It's getting lighter already. See, that was so black when it first came out. It's grey now. Tomorrow that'll be a lot lighter. Or
So that's 1700s, isn't it?
Yeah, I said a couple of 100 years, but maybe more.
It's got milling round the top, that
Yeah.
has, hasn't it?
Uh-huh.
And I think just the shape, just because it's you see the angle on it, isn't it?
Yeah, it goes more out like
Yeah.
that, isn't it?
So they're kind of I mean, what do I know?
It's hard to
I'm
be-
making it up half the time. I have no idea.
Yeah, that is the movement. When I see it, because look, you can see how far it was buried. I only see that part there,
Amazing.
and I thought it was going to be an old one, and then as it come out, I see it was bigger.
Should we sit down and go through our finds?
Yeah, sure. Look at this. The state of me.
I know, but that's the thing, isn't it, when you come off the river? It's great, isn't it? Canary Wharf in the background.
Yeah. That is a lovely view.
Right.
With my home in the background. My patch.
Cheers.
Cheers, Ken. Another great day.
It's brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant, because who did we meet today? So we met Alan.
Yep. He is Mudlark Thames. I'll have to check on my phone.
Yeah,
There's
me
so
too.
many, there's so many names that.
Yeah, his was like Mudlark Thames,
Yeah.
something like that. It's kind of like, too many Mudlarks or something.
Yeah.
But we'll find out where we can put it on there. What a lovely guy.
Very knowledgeable as well, eh?
Yeah, local.
Yeah.
Was it Bermondsey?
Yeah.
Or Rotherhithe? One of the two.
Bermondsey, yeah.
Bermondsey. Been mudlarking for how many years?
40 years. He used to come down with his dad and his family. They used to, do Stevedores and all work on the Thames, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it's like, that's why. Same as my family. They were Stevedores back generations, and so that's why it means a lot to me down on that foreshore. I really do, just to think that I could be picking up something like a tool that, my family, generations before, used.
Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then there's Ronnie down there as well.
Oh yeah, he was lovely, wasn't he? That coin he had.
Old school.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at that coin, you kind of think, how? All I see is mud and rocks.
And especially my eyesight at my age is terrible. How did he see that?
Yeah, and Ronnie must be about 100 years old.
Bless his heart, and he's still up out doing it.
Yeah,
He's
and
great,
clearly
isn't he?
loves it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And then Mr. Andy Harris.
Oh yes, Andy.
And it's amazing.
Ali.
Yeah, and the huge, he always goes for the massive stuff.
Yeah. Did you see the size of that?
I know. And then this is incredible. This is Andy. I mean, he's amazing. But the stuff he takes off the foreshore is kind of like, how are you doing that without a crane? There was like driftwood, wasn't it? And he had driftwood like on a hook on the back of his back thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was heavy, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then Ali, his mate Ali.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Yeah.
And then also down, that we shouldn't say their names because they may not want to be identified just to wear their mudlark. But some of the other guys are so kind
I
of.
see you talking to a
Yeah,
couple
yeah,
of
yeah.
people, Dan.
So it's nice. It's like a little mini convention today.
Yeah, it was nice.
what
But
did you-
it was surprising how the tide went out. I didn't expect it to go that far today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when it came in,
Yeah, very quick.
Yeah.
Scary.
with a vengeance.
That's the first time that it's really shocked me at how quick that come in.
Yeah.
When he said, look how quick that's coming, I turned around and it was literally there. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's just the thing, isn't it? For you to be so careful.
Yeah, very careful. Let's have a look. Where's my finds today? Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
Oh, look at you, Union Jack. Did you find that today?
Yeah. I found two. This is a Union Jack flag. This one felt like it's got some age to it. It's a cloth material, but the faded colour and the dirt just looks beautiful. Oh wow! Oh, look at that!
So I didn't find this one today. I found that today. That was yesterday. Sorry. This was the black one. I don't know if you see my video. This was completely black, and I said to my followers on my live and the video, I said, look how black that is. I said, I'm going to do a video showing yous, you know, once it's dried out, how it turns white. It's like magic. Do you know how that happens?
No.
Because it ain't just black on the outside and you can wipe it off. It ain't. It literally, the colour from the clay seeps into this clay pipe.
Yeah.
And you could see here, it was literally right the way through black. And now it's gone back white. Magic.
Did you find this today?
I've got two of them. So one of them I found yesterday. One
Yeah,
of
so
them
this
I found
one's today because this one's bigger.
Yeah.
So we're down by the farm here, Surrey Dogs Farm, and there's a tooth, and that's probably, I don't know, is that the front of a horse's tooth?
I would say so, wouldn't you?
This is massive, isn't it? Or it's a goat with a really big face, or a really big jawline.
Oh no, my button's broke.
I know. Oh wow.
There's a bit of fool's gold there.
This was the.
That was the other coin, yeah, to show my followers on live today. So that is a farthing, I think.
with the Britannia on it.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't know if you can see that. It's really, what's interesting is it's small, it's got a Britannia on it, and it's like the size of an old 1p. But I think it's got a young Vic on it with a bun, isn't it?
No, it's George.
Oh really?
I think so, yeah.
It's got George with a bun.
Oh, I've got a button as well there. I've lost the top of that button, Ken. I really wanted to show you that.
I know, what was on it?
It was a lovely pattern.
Oh really?
Yeah.
This pipe stem, but what's it intriguing about? It's got a name on it which I can't read, but it's just the design on it. I don't know whether you can see that. It's kind of like I think it's probably would have been on the other end. It's like a wooden basket or something.
It's a good area, isn't it, to go down there? Interesting. I liked it today.
Yeah.
And it's crazy how you get a good vibe off of the foreshore. In some
Yeah.
areas, you just walk down there and just think, oh, look at the colour of that. How did you spot that?
Yeah, it's amazing. And it was just blending in so well with everything else on there. Let's talk about yesterday's find.
Yeah. Let's have a look.
This, look at this.
Good
And
for you.
do you know what's amazing actually? What's brilliant about this? In the background is Canary Wharf. And this is a slave. This is a slave's head, a pipe. Steve Brooker yesterday was talking about them and why you would have them. That was really interesting. But just the detail is incredible, isn't it?
We said that yesterday, didn't we? The hair,
Yeah,
the afro,
just amazing. And you
the,
kind of think,
the ears.
but you think, I wonder who that was.
Yeah, they must have based it on someone.
Yeah.
You know, mustn't they?
And here we are in 2024, drinking a cappuccino
Yeah.
with this image, and it's just in front of Canary Wharf. Amazing.
Now, do you think that is discoloured because of the iron and that in the foreshore? You know, like this pipe,
Yeah.
like that? Or
Yeah.
do you think it was made to be that colour?
Well, do you know, yesterday when I took it out. It was just lying on the foreshore. It was a lot more this colour, sort of a lot more sort of orangey in that. But actually, as it's been coming out, it's sort of going a lot sort of grayer.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see what
It was
happens.
more orange yesterday, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was really orange yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And then there was all this stuff. This is
I'd like to see what this is. I need to clean it up.
but then there's this. This is all.
It's got a watch on it. I can see a watch. That's the one with the end on it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a little baseball bat.
But it's all this stuff from. So we had the good fortune to come across Steve Booker. He gave us a masterclass, and he drew us a whole bunch of diagrams which we didn't understand, bless him, and tried to explain the science of the foreshore which we didn't understand.
He
Bless
just
him.
knows it, doesn't he?
Yeah, and then he kind of gave up on that and just said, you know, I'm going to show you, and he showed us how and where to find coins, and this is everything apart from those legs.
Wasn't it funny? Where it was like, oh, there's a coin, there's a
Yeah.
button.
It's just ridiculous, just digging out coins and typeset and everything in
Oh, the typeset. What was it? X as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
X marks the spot.
yeah.
Yeah, look. Literally, that come up. How quick did you say all that come up?
Yeah,
It was only a few minutes,
it was, wasn't it? It was, but it was amazing to watch, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so then he showed us how to do it. Then he had to leave because he was doing a guide. So then me and Carrie carried on and found absolutely nothing. It's just like, Steve, come back.
Come back.
Yeah, show us again.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were kind of like digging holes, and it's just like, no, nothing. And he's like there 3 minutes and has got all of this.
Yeah, amazing.
What a joy.
Yeah. Oh, so what was that one then, Ken? Oh, that's the back of the watch, is it?
Yeah, he was saying it's the back of probably a back of a watch.
Oh,
Although it
that's
looked
an
like a
old
coin.
spoon, that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, look at that silver. Oh, I have to clean that up.
Yeah.
A bit of bicarb.
Yeah,
And it is
amazing.
the type. You know, he told me he's got every single letter
Oh, really?
of the type. Yeah.
Amazing.
For the type, old typewriters.
And he was explaining why you find typeset in the River Thames, because it's kind of like, well, why? And he was saying the guys that used to do the printing, when you finish printing, actually, you've got to put each letter back, and that's the last thing you want to do at 3 a.m. or whenever. And he said they used to fill up their pockets and go for a walk down the foreshore and then just lob them over the edge, so they wouldn't have to put them all back, and then their boss would have to go and buy some new ones. It's a great story, isn't it?
Naughty naughties.
Brilliant. That was good, wasn't it? So that was this is how many days of larking? 2 days.
2 days, yeah.
Was
Oh,
it-
sorry, that was that, but that'd be 3 days.
No,
ago,
so
that
this
one.
is 3 days, isn't it? So Monday, Greenwich, Tuesday, Isle of Dogs, Wednesday here.
Oh, right, I thought you meant my fines. My fines are just yesterday and today. I've got another couple indoors and that, but that was from 3 days ago.
This-
Because I like to show my followers on live, you know, they asked to see it, and but this is the 3rd day
Yeah.
me and you have been out,
It's amazing, isn't it? This because it's a week of low tides from the spring tide.
Yeah.
Great.
And tomorrow,
I know, it's tomorrow. It's kind of like we're all exhausted, our back hurts, and it's just kind of like, yeah, but there's one more day, and we're thinking, do we cancel everything? Do we cancel our lives just to get one more day?
it's so
And
addictive.
yeah, but
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's so tempting. Anyway, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon on the
Thank
foreshore.
you, yes.
Yeah, thank you, Carrie.
No, thank you too. I always have such a great day
Yeah.
when I'm out with you. It just
No,
makes it all
likewise.
much more better.
Yeah.